Rainy afternoon for millions. We'll show you where the rain is headed and when it will get to your city, perhaps. Here's a look at the radar. You can see it's inching ever so closer to the Philadelphia area. So if you're in Philadelphia right now, then grab your umbrella if you're heading out, because as you can see, you'll need it. The rain is knocking on your front door, and once it gets here, it could stay at least a couple of hours. Plus, we have another look at one of the top 100 images of 2014. This shows the devastation in Valonia, Arkansas, just one town hit during a deadly tornado outbreak in April. Go to weather.com for more images.
This is Phyllis. Phyllis is headed to a science conference, so she's not thinking about tires right now. But if she were, all she'd need to know is TireRack.com. She could view the complete selection of Continental tires at TireRack.com. Then she'd have the confidence to drive safely in any weather. But Phyllis isn't thinking about tires. Phyllis is thinking, well, I'm not really sure, but it's probably important. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
You park your car. As you walk away, crunch. A garbage truck backs into it. So you call your insurance company looking for a little support. What you get is a game of 1,000 questions. Was it raining? Were your flashers on? Was there a dog with you? By the time you hang up, you're convinced the accident was your fault. Then you remember, you weren't even in the car.
At Liberty Mutual, we make filing a claim as stress-free as possible. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
My grandson's got this blankie that gets filthy. But he's got such sensitive skin that you worry about what you use in the laundry. My Tide Pods, Downy and Bounce, all come in free and gentle. So we get a cleaner, softer blankie.
Hypoallergenic, Tide, Downy and Bounce free.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Every truck can tow a boat. Every truck can climb a hill. Every truck can haul a trailer. But not everyone can say they're the fastest growing truck brand in America. Guts, glory, Ram.
These lights alert you to potential trouble. So do these. See farther, wider, better. Upgrade to Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
If it's in your nature to love the great outdoors, don't miss the chance to find the perfect gifts at Cabela's.com. Shop the Cabela's Christmas online event for great deals on all your favorite outdoor brands. Find gifts for everyone on your list at unbeatable prices. Plus, check out our free shipping promotions. Don't miss our Christmas online event at Cabela's.com.
What was that?
Sunday, a find that leaves a prospector speechless.
What is it? What do you got?
Oh my God.
That's Aqua Boy.
And a wish come true no one will forget.
Oh, I found a big one.
I'm not sure who got their wish today, me or him.
Bam! Prospectors, new episode Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, plentiful sunshine, high 77. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear, low 53. Winds light and variable. Wednesday, plentiful sunshine, high 78. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Channel. Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Next Monday, here on the Weather Channel.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining us on the Weather Channel. You're watching Weather Center Live. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Jennifer Lopez. A busy day for some weather events we have going on. More rain in the west and another storm coming in this weekend.
Okay, that means wintry weather, of course, for places like New York City and Washington, D.C.
Yeah, getting pounded with that heavy rain across our nation's capital through Baltimore as well. And it's going to get into New York as we get closer to the 3 to 5 o'clock time frame. So it's just traveling up the East Coast. Most of it is going to be in the form of rain, but it could certainly be heavy at times. Let's get more now with Viv.
That's right, New York City, you are next as we watch all of the wet weather move through the D.C. area, approaching Philadelphia as we speak. So again, you're next in line in the New York City area. Look at the broad system that we're following. The area of low pressure is well up here. On the backside of it, actually, the air is cold enough that we have snow across the upper peninsula of Michigan, even the northern and central parts of Wisconsin. That's been indicated by the blue, but all of the green, of course, that's where we have the rain, and one of the heaviest batch, again, knocking on your front door, Philadelphia. So within the next 15 minutes or so, you will get the rain. And then as we go deeper into the afternoon and evening hours, notice how the rain, we think, will continue at least for a good 4 to 5 hours as Philadelphia later on, even still raining maybe by the 8 o'clock hour. And then we'll follow it as it moves on to the north. But let's continue to follow that line southward now through Richmond, approaching you in the Norfolk, Virginia area, the eastern parts of North Carolina too. So the Outer Banks will get some of the heavier rain as we go through time. It really does start to break apart, though, the farther south you go into South Carolina, southern Georgia, Savannah. I don't know, maybe this will totally evaporate before reaching your area. And notice how we really get the breaks in the overall rain line here as we cross over into the northern peninsula of Florida. Back to you, Jennifer.
Well, let's talk about the snowy side of the system, and we have to go through the upper Great Lakes to find the snow. It's been coming down at a good clip over towards Marquette. Again, it's all the blue showing up on the map, and it's just wrapping through Lake Superior and then down into Wisconsin. As we tighten up the radar a little bit closer, you can see not just some snow, but some gusty winds as well. More than 20 miles an hour in Marquette, so that's going to blow some of that snow around. So if you really don't have to be out, you may want to just try to do everything you need to do inside today if you can't. Heavy snow over Marquette right now. It's over towards Iron Mountain as well. Then you see it even down towards Door County in Wisconsin. This is going to continue through the afternoon, and as we see the rain go through the eastern and southern Great Lakes, we'll see that snow continue over Marquette. Late tonight, it goes into lower Michigan. The snow moves into Traverse City, even down towards the western side of Michigan here. We find some snow around. Also over into upstate New York. We're expecting snow showers around Buffalo as well. Tomorrow, or rather through tomorrow, the snowfall amounts heaviest will be right through Marquette. Back right along the lake shore, 5 to 8 inches for you, maybe 1 to 3 inches around Traverse City. Traverse City, rain for the afternoon, but changing over to snow tonight. Temperatures will be right around 32 tomorrow, and we're still looking at snow in the forecast on Wednesday. Vivian?
All right, by the end of the week, travel could be a big headache, and winter weather will be to blame. So let's bring in storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel to talk more about the next system that could impact the weekend travel plans.
Vivian, that's exactly right. I mean, over the weekend, we got a mixture of rain and snow moving through the Ohio Valley, getting close to the Mid-Atlantic, maybe even some snow in the Northeast. It's going to get kind of busy. Let's look at the map for us on Saturday morning. Right along this zone where there's that pink shade there, that's a wintry mix of rain and snow across the Ohio Valley during, I would say, the morning and early afternoon on Saturday. Again, this is several days out yet. There's going to be tweaks to this forecast as we iron out the uncertainty, but this is the best thinking right now. We've got snow showers on Saturday evening across Pennsylvania, perhaps portions of Virginia as well. But to the south, notice this is largely a rain event south of, say, the Carolina-Virginia border. The air mass is just not that cold all across the board, so it's going to be a hybrid of rain and snow, not an all-snow event. What's going to be sort of associated with that precipitation moving from west to east across the Mid-South on the weekend is this guy coming in out of the southern branch of the jet stream largely, or at least a southern part of it, and that is going to be helping to develop low pressure near the surface say on Friday, and there will be just enough cold air in place there on the north side to support kind of that wintry mix that we showed earlier. This storm will likely move predominantly toward the east, maybe slightly north of east, and bring that precipitation all the way to the coast. Now that would be through Saturday. And here's sort of a depiction of how that would happen, where I put on the 32-degree line here to show you that sort of south of that line you can expect mostly rain, and along it maybe that wintry mix, and that would be the sort of scenario going through Saturday and Saturday night, with low pressure generally heading out in that direction. What happens on Sunday actually has a little bit of a different origin. It's coming from a different branch of the jet stream, or another piece here just to the north. It's going to be lagging behind a little bit, and we can sort of animate that through late Saturday and on into Sunday, and you can see how that kind of moves its way into the northeast. That piece of upper level energy will likely lead to this on Sunday, and particularly on Sunday morning, with some snow moving across parts of New York State and New England as well, and a wintry mix to the south. But I think regardless of which system takes over, we're likely to see along the coast here, especially along I-95, a rain event. Right now, the air mass across the area throughout the weekend is not going to be all that cold, so we're kind of, it's sort of an in-between mode, so to speak. Vivian, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Dr. Postel. Meanwhile, in California, more rain on top of back-to-back storms in California. In San Francisco, in fact, more than 9 inches have fallen this month, making it the 5th wettest December on record. So what does all of that rain mean for the state's stubborn drought? Our own Dave Malkoff has some of the answers.
International Terminal 8.
Delayed and canceled flights weren't the only problem caused by this storm.
This is the master bedroom. That's the living room.
This is your bedroom here.
Yes.
There was a massive rock slide in Ventura County.
It's horrible. It's horrible because there's so many more things that I could have taken out than I did.
A tornado in South Los Angeles.
That's where I live right there, in the top of the roof. All that stuff that's flying in the video came from off of there. I mean, we in LA. I never thought that there would be no tornado out here.
And lights out right in the heart of San Francisco.
We're getting sent home because there's no power.
Here in the heart of Silicon Valley, these tech buildings have been hit by a lot of rain recently. Let's use the Adobe building back there to throw up a little Photoshop to demonstrate that this county alone has got 8,029 acre-feet of water in their reservoirs just from this storm. That translates to something like 2.6 billion gallons of water. Sounds like a lot, but it's actually only 5% of the county's total capacity.
There's a similar effort here in Los Angeles County.
In the middle of a drought.
Yeah, hopefully it keeps on raining.
This is how they collect those billions of gallons.
Yeah, all we need is the main ingredient for it to rain, and hopefully it does this season.
And push them back down into the groundwater.
So if this is just sitting here, how long does it take to get down to the aquifer below?
A couple days.
Just a couple days?
This rain won't stop the drought because it's only, forgive the cliche, a drop in the bucket.
We take a lot of pride in replenishing our aquifers.
It can be a dangerous situation, but folks here in the Bay Area are taking it in stride. In San Francisco, Dave Malkoff, The Weather Channel.
All right, well, it turns the night and early morning sky psychedelic with greens, purples, blues, and more.
It is the Northern Lights. So coming up, we're going to talk more about this spectacular natural light show.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 77. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear, low 54. Winds light and variable. Wednesday, generally sunny, high 78. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
sleep like a champ. Then boom, what happened? Stress. Fun? Bad habits? Kids? Now what? Let's build a new, smarter bed using the dual air chambers to sense your movement, heartbeat, breathing. Introducing the Sleep Number bed with Sleep IQ technology. It tracks your sleep and tells you how to adjust for a good, better, and an awesome night. The difference? Try adjusting up or down. You'll know because Sleep IQ tells you. Give the gift of amazing sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. Find our Best Buy rated C2 Queen mattress with Sleep IQ. No better sleep with Sleep Number.
Christmas is days away, so let's act fast, really fast. Let's do must-have, know-how, just right now. Last minute, you got it. Or get one of these. Let's put the list to bed, add up the savings, and count down the days. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Buy a combo kit and get up to $150 toward any cordless power tool, radio, or battery.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hi, Anthony. How much does my discount double check save me?
About $150.
Done.
Insurance, find me money.
I got you $1.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you get to a better state.
Breaking wind and average fleece. Breaking wind and Duluth Trading Shoreman's fleece. Duluth Trading Shoreman's fleece. 3 gust-busting layers. 1 beefed-up fleece. Get one. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Ring, ring. Progresso. I can't believe I'm eating bacon-enriched creamy cheese before my sister's wedding.
Well, it's only 100 calories, so you'll be ready for that dress.
Uh-huh.
You don't love the dress?
I love my sister.
40 flavors, 100 calories or less.
See this? It shows the pressure points of my tired, achy feet.
I had no clue I was putting this kind of stress on my feet.
I have flat feet. I found this out at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center at Walmart. In less than 2 minutes, I got my foot map and my custom number. I'm a 440.
I'm a 210.
340.
That number matched the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts with just the right support to help relieve stress on my feet. I'm a believer.
Go to drscholl's.com for locations and save $10.
Looks like the Garcia's got a new car.
What'd they get?
I don't know. It's pretty nice. Maybe he got a raise.
Good for him.
Good for her.
The expectation-shattering Buick Enclave. Celebrate the holidays and pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $500 purchase bonus cash on the 2015 Enclave.
Walmart has everything you need to make your signature Christmas dish.
Mine is mouth-watering mashed potatoes. I mix my russets with milk, butter, and cream cheese to make them super creamy. And yours?
Sock it to me spiral cut ham.
Whoa, you made this?
Yep. I just take a Sam's Choice super premium spiral cut ham from Walmart, bake it flat side down, tint the foil so all the juices can mingle.
Who are you?
Ham Man.
Walmart has everything you need for Christmas dinner at unbeatable prices. Guaranteed by Savings Catcher. Walmart.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just 1 small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
They're magical and mysterious. They dance in a spectacular display of red, green, blue, and violet streaks across the winter sky.
Well, on this edition of Brainstorm, our own Sam Champion takes a look at the intricate brilliance of the Northern Lights. It's our deep dive into the wows of weather.
The stunning Aurora Borealis, or Northern Lights, are actually a result of a cosmic event happening about 93 million miles away. When nuclear fission escapes from the surface of the sun, protons and electrons become what's called solar wind and barrel toward the Earth with speeds up to 1 million miles an hour. At this speed, you could fly all the way around the world in about a minute and a half. When they reach the Earth, these charged particles follow the lines of the planet's magnetic field, or magnetosphere, and they're pulled to the poles where the magnetic force is the strongest. As electrons in the solar wind enter the atmosphere, they interact with oxygen molecules, which gives us the red and green colors, and nitrogen molecules creating the blue and violet colors. And these reactions can produce up to 10 million megawatts of power. That's a rate of about 5,000 times greater than the peak power output of the Hoover Dam. And with all this power, some aurora formations, called curtains, can actually be bright enough to read a newspaper at midnight.
All right, well, let's check on the next 7 days of weather to see how things will change as we go through time. Today, we're watching a system approaching the eastern seaboard. It's already bringing some rain to the D.C. area. Philadelphia, you're next, and then New York City and eventually Boston. That's with system number 1, but we also have a system on the west coast that will be making its way into the region. Okay, we're just letting this whole 7-day forecast kind of load up for you on the computer, but there it is. Okay, today, this is the system that we're watching. Even a bit of snow across the upper peninsula of Michigan, the northern parts of Wisconsin. Now, this whole system we think will continue moving east tomorrow. So still maybe some rain for the first half of the day in the Boston area. Then all of that will move on into New England. All the while, maybe changing some of the rain over to a bit of wet snow in western New York and western Pennsylvania, again on the backside of the system. Okay, tomorrow we're also watching the system in Southern California move into Arizona and to New Mexico, and all the while we'll begin to see some moisture coming in from the western Gulf of Mexico, kind of feeding into Texas and Oklahoma and even the southern parts of Kansas. This system, the energy with it is still around, even though a lot of the moisture will start to dwindle, but we'll keep our eyes on this one because it could have some huge changes as we head into the weekend for the eastern seaboard. Meanwhile, the next system comes into the Pacific Northwest. There you have it. We're thinking on Friday, rain from central California all the way into the Olympic Peninsula of Washington, and snow as you get into the higher terrain, including the Cascades of Washington and Oregon, even spreading over into the mountains of Idaho. Now on Friday, this is where we'll start to focus our attention with the rain spread from Dallas all the way to Huntsville, Alabama. And notice on Saturday, just in time for the weekend, we clear out for you in the Dallas area with temperatures in the middle 50s. Very nice. But unfortunately, the last Saturday before Christmas could be a wet one, anywhere from Birmingham over to Atlanta and much of the mid-Atlantic, and snow now for the central and southern Appalachians. And then on Sunday, this all approaches the immediate eastern seaboard around the mid-Atlantic and right along the coast here. New York City, we'll be watching you on Sunday. Maybe some wet snowflakes in the area, definitely some chilly rain, and then look at the additional snow we're expecting across upstate New York, and then that whole system moves into northern New England. Meanwhile, another system slides out of the northern Rockies and pushes into the western Great Lakes area, parts of the Midwest. Again, this is Monday's forecast to Minneapolis. Temperatures in the middle 60s, so maybe some wet snow expected for you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner. Oh my God, here it comes!
This thing is getting bigger and bigger.
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 77. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear, low 54. Winds light and variable. Wednesday, generally sunny, high 78. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, listen up. Out on that field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
There's important work to be done. And only some able to do it. Can you make the cut?
This is a pip.
It's part of a Hershey's bar.
We break it.
We bite it.
We sneak it.
We smush it. We savor it.
We love it.
Hershey's is mine. Yours.
Our chocolate.
My job is so hard on my hands.
The cracks were the worst part.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
There was a difference within just minutes of it absorbing into my skin.
Only O'Keefe's has given me the relief that I need.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer, and our big Idaho potato truck is still missing. So my buddy here is going to help me find it. There we go! It's out there somewhere, spreading the word about America's favorite potato, heart-healthy Idaho potatoes, and the American Heart Association's Go Red for women.
Hey, Matt, what's up?
Just looking over the company bills.
Is that what we pay for internet?
Yep, DSL's about $90 a month.
That's funny. For that price with Comcast Business, I think you get like 50 megabits.
Wow, that's fast.
Personally, I prefer slow internet. There is something about the sweet, meditative glow of a loading website.
Don't listen to the naysayer. Switch to Comcast Business today and get 50 megabits per second for $89.95. Comcast Business, built for business.
Now with the Xfinity TV Go app, you can watch live TV anytime. It's never been easier with so many networks all in one place. Get live TV whenever you want. The Xfinity TV Go app, now with live TV on the go. Enjoy over Wi-Fi or on Verizon Wireless 4G LTE. Plus, enjoy special savings when you purchase any new Verizon Wireless smartphone or tablet from Comcast. Visit Comcast.com/wireless to learn more.
883-5467. Go online to consumercellular.com or go to a Target or Sears store today.
Ride on the most treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Looks like Christmas came early to the biggest little city in the world. Snow falling just yesterday in Reno, Nevada. Okay, so let's talk more about snow for Christmas. I'm in the lab with storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel with a look at where the snow will fall this week and perhaps Christmas. I mean, I know that when people see me, they're like, okay, will we have a white Christmas? That's the #1 question.
It is, and you know, it's still a long way out. It's too early to tell, unless you've got like 10 feet of snow on the ground now, and you're in, you know, far northern Canada, it's obvious. But in the U.S., it's very tricky because we have that volatile pattern where you can get real warm in just a day's notice and then real cold shortly thereafter. So it's too hard to tell, too early to tell. But where it's snowing right now in Wisconsin, we have that cold north wind. So it's not warm everywhere, despite the fact that we've been talking about this relatively warm pattern. on the northwest side of these systems that are moving through, that's where the cold air is with the north wind. And we've seen a little bit of snow over Wisconsin today. And we'll be watching this system over the next couple of days as it generally moves on off towards the east and brings snow showers like this along with it.
Okay, so the upper peninsula of Michigan, the northern central parts of Wisconsin, there's additional snow for you. So perhaps that snow could stick around for Christmas?
Yes, I think in the UP you're pretty good. Pretty good. I think it's a pretty safe bet there. Question is maybe some of those cities farther south, like Chicago, maybe. Okay. You know, we'll be watching that. It looks like it could be a stormy midweek period right around Christmas. Stay tuned for all that. Yes. Exactly who gets rain and who gets snow, we don't know yet. But some of the snow from that system right now, Viv, that's over the Great Lakes, is going to be moving into the northern part of New England overnight on Wednesday and into early Thursday, and actually Thursday afternoon. So there could be a couple of inches out of this, which is good for the ski resorts.
Oh, definitely. Say the ski resorts in the Adirondacks, the Green, the White Mountains. I mean, they will be loving life for sure.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, probably far northern Maine, you got a pretty good shot at a white Christmas. There are obviously some spots on the map you're like, yeah, of course. But other places.
Easy forecast.
Easy forecast, right. So let's go now to Saturday morning, because this weekend we've been talking about, you know, is there going to be a snow event, a snowstorm? Right now it's looking like kind of a more of a wintry mix, certainly for the Ohio Valley and parts of the Mid-South on Saturday morning.
And we do want to point out that this is a totally different system than the one we're watching today.
This isn't Saturday, right? So this is like 4 days away. A lot of uncertainty still here, but this system is going to be too warm to be all snow. We know that. There's going to be a lot of rain with it. And on the north side, again, you have to be on the northwest side of these systems to get the snow. And that's what we think we'll see some on Saturday evening there.
Okay, Saturday, that's the last Saturday before Christmas. And we're talking about Pittsburgh, New York City, maybe some chilly rain, a wet snowflake.
Maybe. We're going to move to Sunday morning. And as the whole thing slides off to the east, there's a chance maybe of some snowflakes or a wintry mix getting closer to the coast. This is our best estimate right now for Sunday's forecast, and there could be some accumulating snow across this part of New England and New York State. A few inches. It doesn't look like a major snowstorm by any means.
Okay, so maybe a couple of chances of additional snow across the northern tier of the country before Christmas gets here. But let's talk about Christmas Day.
Right. Now let's go forward, going from the 16th today and moving forward in time, and you can kind of get the sense the pattern cools down a little bit. It doesn't really get super cold, but you know, it's late December now, so cooling down a little bit is enough to at least support snow in those areas, we think, in the blue. So the question is, are we going to get a big storm? But you know what? This is what I'm looking at when I see this map. I'm seeing these lines shaped like this somewhere on the 25th, right? That means the jet stream will likely have a dip in the west and more of a ridging, you know, sort of scenario in the southeast. The coldest of all the weather on Christmas Day will probably be in the west. It could get a little storm in the east. It's pretty hard to call, but if I were a betting man, I'd say the northwest is probably going to be the coldest of anyone relative to average.
But look at Chicago, only 28 degrees on Christmas.
That's colder relative to average as well. And but some of these other locations, New York, you're right on where you should be this time of year.
So pretty much no chance of snow in New York on Christmas Day.
Not no chance. You can never say no chance.
We can never say never.
Yeah, right. Never say never. Exactly right. We'll see it. We'll have to sort out all the details on the storm track coming up.
So you have to stay tuned for that because you can only get the most accurate forecast here.
Right.
Okay. Well, back to you, Jennifer, in the studio.
Okay. So of course we're all wondering who's going to get a white Christmas. We actually narrowed it down to a few cities, and we want to hear what you think. So go to weather.com/white Christmas and vote on our online poll. And we'll have the answers in a few weeks.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 77. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear, low 54. Winds light and variable. Wednesday, generally sunny, high 78. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, freezing rain and snow on the roads today. Right now, we're tracking even more travel troubles, and it's going to show up just in time for the holiday rush.
Plus, the storm system that started out in the west is pushing towards some of the major East Coast cities. We will have an hour-by-hour look at where it is heading. Hello, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us for Weather Center Live. I'm Jennifer Lopez.
And I'm Vivian Brown. Now, today we are looking ahead to help you avoid any last-minute holiday travel surprises. And there is another storm we need to tell you about that's expected to arrive this weekend.
Yeah, but first we are tracking a storm system. It stretches from the Great Lakes all the way to Georgia, and in the heart of it, it's raining right now, or it's getting close and close to the big cities as we see it moving into Philadelphia, not quite into New York, but the clouds are certainly covering you up. It's been kind of an ugly gray day across portions of the Northeast, and that rain is going to continue to be a problem, especially through rush hour. Let's find out more from Vivian.
Yes, Jennifer, but everyone in New York City and Boston and all areas in between will be prepared for the rain because you hear it here right now, and it's just off to your south, as you can see on the radar, pushing through the D.C. area and Philadelphia as we speak. This time last hour, the bulk of the rain was moving through D.C., but now it has moved on into the Philadelphia area, as you can see right here. New York City, now we're watching you because overcast conditions are being reported. But again, just off to the south and west, you can see the returns on the radar, and it's inching ever so closer to the downtown area. So look at the forecast. We think for sure by the 5 o'clock rush hour, the rain will be in the city, and it very well could continue for a good 4 to 5 hours once it starts. So just prepare for a wet evening commute in the New York City area. Now here's a look at the radar as we look a little farther southward from D.C. through the Norfolk area, just knocking on your front door too in the Norfolk area and much of the east to central parts there of North Carolina. But then the system really does kind of break apart as we head even farther south into South Carolina. Look at Georgia, Savannah, maybe just a light little shower expected for you, but other than that, it's really drying up here as you head down across the rest of the state of Georgia into northern Florida. All right, back to you, Jennifer.
Okay, well, yesterday the storm system was over Minnesota, and this is what it did. It coated several roads and signs with ice. Plows were out all day trying to scrape away and improve the conditions. We even had a little bit of ice on some power lines, and that's never a good thing. Well, that same storm system is pushed off to the east, and now it's over into Michigan and into Wisconsin. And it's still producing mainly snow. We haven't had a ton of ice with it, at least within the past few hours. But the radar does show a lot of those showers through the eastern half of the Great Lakes. But talking about the snow, well, you have to go over into Wisconsin, over to the UP of Michigan. And that's where we've been finding the snow, anywhere from Wisconsin Rapids, right up 39 we see it. And then it picks up again over into Green Bay, which earlier was rain, but now we're starting to see the snow side of it. Marquette, it's been all snow for you, and it's been heavy at times, and it stretches back over towards the arrowhead of Minnesota. So not only is it snowing, but we're dealing with some gusty winds, and that could blow that snow around. Some problems could pop up or continue really as we go through the afternoon, because we'll still see the snow through the rush hour through tonight, and then we go into the overnight hours, and here we are in lower Michigan and seeing some lake effect snow, and eventually it even goes off into the eastern Great Lakes. That could cause some problems around Erie, PA, and all the way up into Buffalo with maybe 1 to perhaps a few spots up to 5 inches of snow. Again, 5 to 8 for you in Marquette, right along the shore of Lake Superior. That'll be through tonight and tapering off slowly tomorrow. It's still in your forecast, but you see it's more snow showers as we head into your Wednesday. Cold, though, for you, with highs only in the mid-20s. Vivian?
All right, thanks very much, Jennifer. And the winter weather will keep rolling this week. So storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel is here to tell us about the next system. Dr. Postel?
Yeah, Viv, thank you very much. You know, it's going to be kind of stormy over the weekend and Saturday and Sunday in the Ohio Valley Mid-South with all kinds of precipitation types. We've got snow, a mixture of rain and snow, and actually a lot of rain because this system is just not that cold. It's not an all snow event, but there may be some in that zone for us on Saturday morning. Then on Saturday evening, this whole thing generally moves to the east, and you can see that the area in blue here that's got a shot at some snow showers in Pennsylvania, maybe even northwest Jersey, but farther to the south, again, across the Carolinas, even southern Virginia, there's just too much warm air for now for this thing to be really a significant snowstorm. That area of sort of mixed precipitation late in the weekend, Saturday and Saturday night, is associated with a disturbance that's right now, or we think by Friday, will be right around here. There'll be a little bit of a wiggle, a little dip in the jet stream right about there. And those sort of dips in the jet stream, those little troughs, those upper troughs are usually associated with at least some development of low pressure near the surface. And that's what we think we'll have on Friday, and that will have just enough cold air on its north side to produce that sort of wintry mix of weather moving through the Mid-South. This low will be moving kind of mostly to the east, maybe a little bit north of that, but somewhere in that zone. And we think that will lead to sort of the first part of this storm complex through the weekend, bringing, again, a lot of rain and some mixture of snow on its north side through early Sunday morning. By then, the low pressure will be down here. There's where the freezing line is. So anything that fell north of that freezing line has a shot at being a mixture of rain and snow. But again, for that, mostly rain. Everything gets a lot more complicated by Sunday because trailing that lead system is another one on its heels right over here, kind of in a slightly different branch of the jet stream. And that will be trailing not too far behind. But you can see it kind of moving toward the northeast as we go through the day on Sunday. That one will likely introduce a shot of some snow into New England, and maybe that gets to the coast. It's still a little early to call, but the idea is that Sunday morning and Sunday evening, watch out in this part of New York State, New England, northern Pennsylvania. There may be a little bit of snow. We're not thinking a ton right now, perhaps a couple of inches at most, but still, it's very festive, I guess, for this time of year. And that would be on late Sunday morning and into Sunday afternoon. But farther to the south along the I-95 corridor, it looks just a little bit too warm for snow and likely rain instead. Back to you, Viv.
All right. Thank you so much there, Greg. We appreciate you, and we'll continue to get the latest from you as we go through the afternoon.
Because everyone wants to know if it's going to snow on Christmas Day.
Exactly.
Well, another wet week across the West, and the steady rain is causing major problems for drivers.
And up next, a stretch of road is closed for the next 3 weeks, but that's only if the rock slide stops.
Here's a question for you. When electricity is generated with natural gas instead of today's most used source, how much are CO2 emissions reduced? Up to 30%? 45%? 60%? The answer is up to 60% less. And that's a big reason why the U.S. is a world leader in reducing CO2 emissions. Take the energy quiz, round 2. Energy lives here.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery in high-tech devices. Up to 6 times longer than the other leading brand.
Severe weather can strike anywhere, so the Weather Channel encourages you to get prepared for a weather emergency today. And we're making it easy for everyone. Go to connectwithweather.com. Follow the easy step-by-step instructions and create your own emergency plan. Connect with weather. Know the elements. Make your plan.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 77. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear, low 54, winds light and variable. Wednesday, generally sunny, high 78, winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Breaking wind and average fleece. Breaking wind and Duluth Trading Shoreman's fleece. Duluth Trading Shoreman's fleece. 3 gust-busting layers. 1 beefed-up fleece. Get one. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Walmart has everything you need to make your signature Christmas dish.
Mine is mouth-watering mashed potatoes. I mix my russets with milk, butter, and cream cheese to make them super creamy. And yours?
Sock it to me spiral cut ham.
Whoa, you made this?
Yep. I just take a Sam's Choice super premium spiral cut ham from Walmart, bake it flat side down, tint the foil so all the juices can mingle.
Who are you?
Ham Man.
Walmart has everything you need for Christmas dinner at unbeatable prices. Guaranteed by Savings Catcher. Walmart.
You're watching the Weather Channel, and we want to update you on a breaking weather story we've been following today. 14 passengers hurt aboard an American Airlines flight over Japan. The injuries were caused by severe turbulence.
Yeah, it was Flight 280, and it departed from Seoul, Korea, and was headed towards the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. 240 passengers were on board at the time. The plane was rerouted back to Tokyo, actually. Still no word, though, on the extent of the injuries.
All right, let's go over to Dr. Greg Postel. He's in the lab for a look at the conditions at the time this happened.
Yeah, you know, it's not all that uncommon for airplanes to experience severe turbulence at the jet stream level. The winds are kind of moving around very quickly, and sometimes that can lead to turbulence, so it's always important to keep that seatbelt on because these kinds of things are not often predictable. So what we've got here across parts of Japan, there's Tokyo, for example. In the last 12 hours, the satellite picture shows basically evidence of rapid development of a low pressure system. We know that from a lot of the surface observations. Low pressure system was developing very quickly, and the atmosphere is kind of adjusting to that. It always does that. When it gets knocked out of balance, it tries to go back to balance, and in that process, it can lead to significant turbulence at many places of the atmosphere. One of the places that it can happen is near the jet stream level, and we actually had winds near 200 miles per hour this morning. In fact, over that, some places probably closer to 230, 240 miles per hour, you know, say up at about 30,000 feet. And that's kind of close to where we think this aircraft experienced the turbulence. And let me show you how that can happen in and around those jet cores where you get those turbulence. It's actually on the edges where you have the little sort of ripples right around the edges of that jet stream. And look at this plane flying through. It kind of bumps around a little bit, runs into some of those little swirlies on the edge of those jet stream. That's the kind of thing that can happen. Again, it's common to at least have some turbulence. Oftentimes it comes in different flavors. Moderate turbulence, severe, and sometimes enough to, if you're not wearing a seatbelt, to bounce things around in the cabin and you can get injured from that. So it's always important to keep a seatbelt on because planes are always flying very close to and through jet streams. Viv, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Dr. Postel. Well, let's talk more about the West Coast because we have yet another storm and more rain for California. Here's a look at the current radar out of the LA basin. Looks much better this hour than it did, say, a couple of hours ago, as we're beginning to see some relaxation in the overall showers in the area. Just a few passing showers around the Riverside area, but for the most part, it is dry in LA. It is dry in San Francisco too, even though officially overcast conditions being reported at the SFO airport. We do have some returns on the radar as you get into the higher terrain. Actually, it's still changing over to snow in this region of the country. And as we look at the water vapor imagery, we're still noticing some of the moisture kind of feeding into the area. So we've painted the green on the map for the forecast as we go deeper into the afternoon and evening hours. And tomorrow, maybe some breaks, but still looking at the northern part of the state with some of the heaviest rain. And then a lot of the energy and moisture from this system kind of slides over into the Four Corners area. But generally speaking, we're talking less than an inch of rain for this area. And then as you get into the higher terrain, maybe an additional 8 to 12 inches are possible in some spots. So we'll keep you updated.
It's the Buick.
Sir. Buick. Where's the Buick?
Buick. The expectation-shattering Buick LaCrosse.
Celebrate the holidays and pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $3,000 total purchase bonus cash on the 2014 LaCrosse.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Kevin.
Blah, blah, insurance. Person, come help.
Hey, Grandma. 6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you get to a better state.
You can change your style to express your unique personality. So why can't you do the same with your eye color? We at Alcon believe you can. Introducing new Air Optics Colors prescription contact lenses. Its unique 3-in-1 color technology blends with your own eye color for a naturally beautiful look with comfort all month long. Virtually try on your perfect color and get a free trial offer at airopticscolors.com.
Mega Red is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in Mega Red are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just 1 small pill a day. Support your heart health with Mega Red.
Glade invited me to sing How Their Holiday Scent Made Me Feel, which inspired this song.
Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bell and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Let it shine, shine, shine.
Glade Sparkling Spruce. Feel anticipation. Feel Glade.
SC Johnson, a family company.
It's in your nature to love the great outdoors. Don't miss the chance to find the perfect gifts at Cabela's.com. Shop the Cabela's Christmas online event for great deals on all your favorite outdoor brands. Find gifts for everyone on your list at unbeatable prices. Plus, check out our free shipping promotions. Don't miss our Christmas online event at Cabela's.com.
Christmas is days away, so let's act fast, really fast. Let's do must-have, know-how, just right, right now. Last minute? You got it. Or get one of these. Let's put the list to bed. Add up the savings and count down the days. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Buy a combo kit and get up to $150 toward any cordless power tool, radio, or battery.
I ended up in a coma because I had drank so much alcohol and I stopped eating that everything in my body started shutting down. I was rushed to the hospital, and the next thing you know, 26 days later, I wake up and wished I was dead. We absolutely destroy the people's lives that we love. And when you get to the rehabilitation facility and you start listening, you start recognizing the damage that you did. And then you have to ask yourself, is it worth to go back out and do that to your loved ones again? Or is it time to do something about it? I'm the happiest I've ever been. I wasn't this happy when I was making millions of dollars. I wasn't this happy when I was so successful and everybody wanted signed autographs. I literally now, in this short time of being sober, have more than I've ever had during my career, or even before that, or even after that. My goal now is to stay sober for the rest of my life.
Right now. To order your Lipozene, call 1-800-997-4948. That's 1-800-997-4948.
Ride on the most treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 77. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear, low 54. Winds light and variable. Wednesday, generally sunny, high 78. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
No doubt about it, ice can surprise you. And drivers heading eastbound along Interstate 94 near Albany, Minnesota found out the hard way this morning. At least one car spun out on the icy roads. Yes, a lot of times you don't even know it's ice on the roads because it's so transparent and clear. It's what we call black ice. Do you know what black ice is? Well, it's basically just a thin coat of highly transparent ice. In other words, you think it's maybe just water on the roads because it just looks like a wet roadway. But on the contrary, it is very slick and very, very dangerous. So ice forms, or black ice forms, in many ways. One way is that you have condensed air, meaning water vapor becoming water droplets, or in some cases, fog or dew. And then it freezes, actually, because the temperature is below freezing. And once the air condensing freezes, you get that black ice to form on the roads. That's one way that black ice can form. Another way is from falling precipitation, meaning rain or snow for the most part, and then it melts and then it refreezes on the road because the road is so cold, below freezing, remember. And then melted snow, it can refreeze overnight, and then you have this thin layer of transparent ice, and that's what we call black ice. And it is very, very dangerous because when you're coming down the roadways, your tires cannot get any traction. Let me get out of the way before this car runs over me. But again, what you want to do is just make sure that you hold on tightly to the steering wheel. You don't want to put on your brakes because actually when you put on your brakes, what is your tire going to do? Or what are your tires going to do? They're just going to continue rolling because they're getting no traction. Take your foot off of the accelerator and just allow your car to gradually slow down and come to an even stop. I mean, that's the best thing you can do on black ice. But the first thing you want to do is make sure that you check on the temperature. Whenever it's raining outside, if the temperature drops below 32 degrees for a prolonged period of time, that ice or the wetness on the road can freeze over, and then you're dealing with a thin layer of ice. Very, very dangerous. Back to you, Jennifer.
Well, let's talk about some snow that we're dealing with across the portions, at least, of the Great Lakes. It's really into the western lakes that we've been finding that snow, up towards the UP of Michigan and over into northern lower Michigan, or northern sides of lower Michigan. The lake, we've been finding some snow. A lot of rain with this event, and we're also seeing those scattered showers towards the eastern lakes. But I want to talk about the snow because the temperatures in Marquette to Rhinelander all the way to La Crosse in the 20s and even a few 30s. Green Bay sitting at 34, but we are getting a lot of snow reporting across much of the bay and over towards Door County. Here's a look at that radar up close right over Marquette, right to the state line. Iron Mountain seeing the heavier snow, and this is where it's really going to add up. Anywhere from maybe 5 to 8 inches of snow is expected across the UP of Michigan. Now let's time this out for you. As we go through the afternoon, that snow stays through Marquette. Scattered showers across the rest of the lakes, but then as we go through the overnight hours, we see some lake effect snow going into lower Michigan. Another spot for that will be around Buffalo, south, even down towards Erie, PA. So some lake effect snow going towards the northeast as we move into tomorrow. But the heavier stuff will be here in the UP of Michigan. 5 to 8 inches up around Marquette and the Keweenaw Peninsula. Now tomorrow, this event will start in through upstate New York, really going through the Tug Hill Plateau, 1 to 3 inches. You can see the highest amounts in the northeast, up into northern Maine, Caribou, all the way to the border. We're seeing anywhere from 5 to 8 inches of snow. Then we have another system that we're continuing to monitor. And as it pushes through the country, it's going to create concern for those that are going to be traveling this weekend. Doesn't even matter if you're just traveling to the store to get those last minute items. We could be looking at some heavier rain with this area of low pressure in the southeast. Now the northern side of it, well, there could be a little bit of snow coming close to the Ohio Valley. More on this as we go through the end of this week.
All right, thanks, Jennifer. Well, you know what? A long line of storms is pushing east. That means a rainy afternoon for millions of us. We'll show you where the rain is right now. There it is, moving through Philadelphia. It's headed for you next to New York City and then eventually Boston. Plus, we have another look at one of the top 100 images of 2014. Now, this shows the devastation in Valonia, Arkansas, one town that was hit during a deadly tornado outbreak in April. You can see other weather images by going to weather.com.
And so you can see, you're like right here, I can just, check my policy here, add a car, speak to customer service, check on a claim, all with the tap of my Geico app.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, I would disagree with you, but that would make me a liar.
No, dude, you're on the Jumbotron.
Yeah, I pretty much walked into that one.
Geico. Anywhere, anytime. Just a tap away on the Geico app.
We got this one. We got Pepper. Did he help pick it out? No, he's a cat. Is this mine? That one's for Alice, but she doesn't know it yet. Why not? Mom says she's still cooking.
Capture your memories with Hallmark keepsake ornaments.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything from LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee. So while they keep guessing, you know that we'll take it back or replace it. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
Today we're getting record snowfall.
Radars indicate there's been flooding throughout the area.
We're getting hail the size of golf balls.
Maglite. Turn your light on, America.
Discover Card. Hey, so I'm looking at my bill and my FICO credit score is on here.
We give you your FICO score each month for free.
Awesome sauce.
Wow. The only person I know that says that is Lisa.
Julie?
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Get the IT card and see your FICO credit score.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Clean up this holiday with the cordless Dyson DC59 vacuum. Expert service, unbeatable price, Best Buy.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer, and our big Idaho potato truck is still missing. So my buddy here is going to help me find it. There we go! It's out there somewhere, spreading the word about America's favorite potato, heart-healthy Idaho potatoes, and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign. If you see it, I hope you'll let us know. Always look for the Grown in Idaho seal.
Sweetie, I'd love a hazelnut.
Mom, Dad, Big Uncle Wayne.
Hot chocolate.
Green tea.
Decaf, cuz.
Wow.
I'm dying for herbal tea.
The all-new Keurig 2.0.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under partly cloudy skies. this afternoon. Sunny, high 77. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear. Low 54. Winds light and variable. Wednesday, generally sunny. High 78. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Thanks for joining us on the Weather Channel. You are watching Weather Center Live. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Jennifer Lopez. A busy day for weather. More rain in the west, plus another storm is coming in this weekend.
And that means, of course, we're talking about the wintry weather for places like New York and even Washington, D.C. and Philadelphia.
Yeah, D.C. has seen some heavy rain. Baltimore, showers for you. But as we look into Philadelphia, that rain is getting you at this time. And pretty soon it's going to come into the Big Apple. So a good chance for those scattered showers for the rush hour here into portions of the Northeast. Vivian?
All right, I did say wintry weather, but we're not necessarily talking about wintry weather. It's all rain for the most part, albeit a chilly rain as we follow it toward the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast coast. Here is the broader area of low pressure that we're following. There is some wintry weather with it back across the upper peninsula of Michigan, the northern parts of Wisconsin, but this is the broad area of low pressure that right out ahead of it is bringing the rain and kind of a heavy batch that's moving toward New York City as we speak. So if you are in New York and you're getting ready to head out of the door, grab your umbrella. It will come in handy over the next hour or so. Notice how the rain will begin, and once it gets here, it's going to continue maybe for 3 or 4 hours in the New York City area. So you heard it here first, and you will be prepared for the wet conditions. Now, following that system a little farther south, look at Norfolk, Virginia, just on the leading edge of some heavier rain in the area. Elizabeth City, we're watching you too. Most of this has moved east of the I-95 corridor, and as we take you a little farther south, you can see how the solid line kind of breaks apart here in North Carolina and South Carolina. Charleston, we're watching you as most of this rain has moved just east of 95, but again, it's not as heavy here as just lighter showers being reported. Even a little farther south now into southern Georgia and over the northern parts of Florida, we're following this system as it just totally dissipates. Jennifer?
Now let's talk about the snow from this system, and we have to go into the Great Lakes to find it. We've been looking at that snow around Marquette and over through the UP of Michigan down into Wisconsin. Gusty winds today as well. Look at the wind gust in Marquette, 26. So that's going to blow that snow around and certainly create some problems. Temperatures are dropping down into the 20s, and at several locations we've been finding snow all the way down into Madison, Wisconsin. Heaviest amount, though, is going to continue to stay over Marquette and throughout the UP of Michigan here. So this is the spot that's going to be picking up a total maybe of 5 to 8 inches of snow, especially right along the shore. Now, as we go throughout the afternoon and into tonight, the snow is going to stay right over you in Marquette, near Green Bay as well. But look here, overnight tonight, it goes down into lower Michigan as those winds come off the lake. And then by early tomorrow, we see the wind direction coming off of the lakes to the east. So some lake effect snow for you in Erie, as well as up into Buffalo and eventually into upstate New York. Heaviest amounts of snow, even with the northeast section that we're expecting, will be right into Marquette. 5 to 8 inches perhaps of heavy snow for you, and also windy snow or blowing snow as those gusty winds continue. 42 this afternoon in Traverse City, but then we drop those temperatures and it's all going to be in the form of snow late tonight and snow showers for you even on into Wednesday. Vivian?
All right, well, by the end of the week, travel could be a big headache and a wintry mix could be the reason. Storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel is in the lab checking out all of the data to give us the very latest. Dr. Postel?
Viv, thank you very much. That's right. We're looking at the possibility of a weekend snow, mixture of rain and snow and rain event. How about that? All three across parts of the Ohio Valley and Mid-South, even getting into the Northeast. Let's start us off on Saturday morning. We've got right here, this is our forecast forecast, which is sort of a statistical analysis of all the models together, trying to minimize the uncertainty. And what we got here is a mixture of rain and snow there in pink, a little bit of snow shower activity to the north in blue, and to the south of that, a lot of rain, because this storm system is not really a cold one. It's actually kind of a hybrid where we've got enough warm air, at least on half of it, to be rain, and only enough cold air on the north side to be some snow. And that would be on Saturday. And this system really is coming in out of the southern branch of the jet stream, kind of a little wiggle in the jet stream that on Friday will be about over the southern plains, somewhere near the Red River Valley of the south. Now that's at the jet stream level. Underneath that is where we have the development of low pressure, and there will be just enough cold air, not a whole lot of it, but just enough for there to be likely that mixture of rain and snow that we had across that region on Saturday, as this low pressure system, which develops on Friday, moves eastward across the region about like that. Now, whether it goes that way or that way is not so much of, I think, an issue in the forecast, because this system will likely move more east than north. It's not going to likely hug the coast and bring a blizzard. We think it's largely going to do one of these things as we move through the day on Saturday, move off the Carolina coast, maybe bring some mixture of rain and snow on the north side, where, by the way, we plotted the freezing line here at the surface. So north of that line, you can expect that mixture of rain and snow there, and that would be through Saturday and Saturday night. Now, what happens thereafter on Sunday is not, we don't think, so much associated with that, but it's associated with another batch of energy coming in out of the northern branch of the jet stream, which kind of goes around like that. And that one, that little burst of energy, will likely introduce some snow on Sunday, kind of in a separate manner. So it's kind of like a 1-2 punch almost, where on Sunday we start to see snow breaking out across this region. Couple of inches at least, stay tuned. There could be perhaps a little bit more than that in New England and northern New York State, but right now the best estimate is that the I-95 corridor would be just a little bit too warm for any significant snow on Sunday. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Dr. Postel. That's a look at the East Coast, but what about the West Coast? In California, more rain on top of back-to-back storms in San Francisco. More than 9 inches have fallen so far this month alone, making it the 5th wettest December on record. So what does all that rain mean for the state's stubborn drought? Well, our own Dave Malkoff has some answers.
International Terminal A. Delayed and canceled flights weren't the only problem caused by this storm.
This is the master bedroom. That's the living room.
This is your bedroom here.
Yes.
There was a massive rock slide in Ventura County.
It's horrible. It's horrible because there's so many more things that I could have taken out than I did.
A tornado in South Los Angeles.
That's where I live right there, in the top of the roof. All that stuff that's flying in the video came from off of there. I mean, we in LA. I never thought that there would be no tornado out here.
And lights out right in the heart of San Francisco.
We're getting sent home because there's no power.
Here in the heart of Silicon Valley, these tech buildings have been hit by a lot of rain recently. Let's use the Adobe building back there to throw up a little Photoshop to demonstrate that this county alone has got 8,029 acre-feet of water in their reservoirs just from this storm. That translates to something like 2.6 billion gallons of water. Sounds like a lot, but it's actually only 5% of the county's total capacity.
There's a similar effort here in Los Angeles County.
In the middle of a drought. Yeah, hopefully it keeps on raining.
This is how they collect those billions of gallons.
Yeah, all we need is the main ingredient for it to rain, and hopefully it does this season.
And push them back down into the groundwater.
So if this is just sitting here, how long does it take to get down to the aquifer below? A couple days. Just a couple days?
This rain won't stop the drought because it's only, forgive the cliche, a drop in the bucket.
We take a lot of pride in replenishing our aquifers.
It can be a dangerous situation, but folks here in the Bay Area are taking it in stride. In San Francisco, Dave Malkoff, The Weather Channel.
All right, thanks very much, Dave. Well, the Postal Service delivers in rain, sleet, snow, and even hail. But what about waves?
Yeah, this is a great story, so you'll have to stay tuned for this and also your 7-day forecast.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under partly cloudy skies. this afternoon. Sunny, high 77. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear. Low 54. Winds light and variable. Wednesday, generally sunny. High 78. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
How to fix plumber's butt. Step 1, identify the problem. Step 2, carefully remove shirt. Step 3, put on a Duluth long-tail tee. Step 4, double check your work. The Duluth long-tail tee, 3 inches longer to keep you covered. Get one, only at DuluthTrading.com.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery in high-tech devices. Up to 6 times longer than the other leading brand.
Walmart has everything you need to make your signature Christmas dish.
Mine is mouth-watering mashed potatoes. I mix my russets with milk, butter, and cream cheese to make them super creamy. And yours?
Sock it to me spiral cut ham.
Whoa, you made this?
Yep, I just take a Sam's Choice super premium spiral cut ham from Walmart, bake it flat side down, tint the foil so all the juices can mingle.
Who are you?
Ham Man.
Walmart has everything you need for Christmas dinner at unbeatable prices. Guaranteed by Savings Catcher. Walmart.
Hands were made for talking. Feet, tiptoeing. Better things than the pain, stiffness, and joint damage of moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis. Before you and your rheumatologist decide on a biologic, ask if Xeljanz is right for you. Xeljanz tofacitinib is a small pill, not an injection or infusion, for adults with moderate to severe RA for whom methotrexate did not work well. Xeljanz can relieve RA symptoms and help stop further joint damage. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers have happened in patients taking Xeljanz. Don't start Xeljanz if you have any infection, unless okay with your doctor. Tears in the stomach or intestines, low blood cell counts, and higher liver tests and cholesterol levels have happened. Your doctor should perform blood tests before you start and while taking Xeljanz, and routinely check certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you have been to a region where fungal infections are common, and if you have had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take. 1 pill, twice daily. Xeljanz can reduce RA pain and help stop further joint damage, even without methotrexate. Ask about Xeljanz.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just 1 small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
See this? It shows the pressure points of my tired, achy feet.
I had no clue I was putting this kind of stress on my feet.
I have flat feet. I found this out at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center at Walmart. In less than 2 minutes, I got my foot map and my custom number. I'm a 440.
I'm a 210.
340.
That number matched the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts with just the right support to help relieve stress on my feet. I'm a believer.
Go to drscholls.com for locations and save $10.
All right, listen up. Out on that field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
There's a team that makes a real difference in the world. Join the team that makes a difference.
Well, as you know, this is a time of year when U.S. postal workers really earn their keep. Holiday mail and packages must arrive on time.
Even if it means slogging through a river delta in the San Francisco Bay Area. Here's the story from Bob Riddell and our affiliate KNTV.
A light load of letters feels a lot heavier when its final destination is riddle. with so many obstacles.
I'm not going to be able to get in here right now. It's got too much of this hyacinth in.
6 days a week, postman Rick Stelsreed maneuvers 60 miles of squiggly, weed-ridden waterways that make up his mail route in the Delta north of Tracy.
Wait, who's driving the boat? Nobody.
To deliver to his 23 customers.
Okay, amigo, hasta mañana, huh?
What is sometimes their only communication with the outside world.
This is the way that it is out here. It's hard to get to, you know, it's remote, it's totally off the wall.
Even man's best friend seems to know the rules are different out here.
That's bear.
On the river, they don't bite the mailman.
Come on, move, man.
Post office is great.
This stretch of the Delta has been a mail route in one form or another since the days of the gold rush, with deliveries between San Francisco and the Pony Express in the Central Valley.
Today, this Ponytail Express is the only postal employee to still deliver mail by water in the state of California.
I am the only mailman on the water, but I mean, it's no big deal. It's just, I could be a postman in the city and do the same job.
In an environment like this,
right in front of us, man.
You'll never find this mailman just mailing it in.
At the end of the day, when I go home, I feel like I really did a service for somebody. I really helped somebody out. I brought them their mail.
On the Delta.
You ready? Yeah.
Bob Riddell, NBC Bay Area News.
All right, by any means necessary, as long as those packages get there on time, right? Okay, here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Speaking of getting there on time, as we look at today, we're talking about one system moving through the Northeast. Right now, we're watching the rain approach the New York City area. On the backside, a little bit of snow across the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And then tomorrow, the rain could still be a factor, particularly the first half of the day for you, Boston, into northern Maine here, or the coastal areas of Maine. Northern Maine, we're talking additional snow, as the snow will push into western New York and western Pennsylvania by tomorrow as the moisture meets up with the cold air. Also tomorrow, we'll be watching Texas and Oklahoma with another system, and the system that's bringing the rain today in Southern California will move east into the Four Corners area with another coming into the Pacific Northwest. Okay, what about Thursday? Here we go, the forecast. Still watching this system over Texas and Louisiana, spreading into Mississippi. And notice on Friday, this system really gets organized, and we have more of a solid shield of green painted on the map from Texas all the way into Alabama. We'll be clearing out by the end of the week for most of the Northeast, with yet another system coming into the Pacific Northwest. More rain and or snow here across the region. Okay, here's a look at Saturday, because things will really become very interesting now with our southern storm, because notice, as we begin next weekend, we're talking about rain from, say, Birmingham, Alabama, through the Atlanta area, all the way to the coastal plains of North Carolina and South Carolina, even southeastern Virginia. And we're looking at maybe a little bit of snow over the central and southern Appalachians. And then on Sunday, all of this moves into the Northeast, and that's where we have a wintry mix. We'll be kind of on the border, riding the fence of rain and wet snow in the New York City area, Philadelphia. We'll be watching your radar as well as your thermometer to see if the rain will be falling or if it will be kind of a wet snow depending on the temperature. Then Monday, the system tries to lift on out of the Northeast, but by that time we'll focus our attention on Minneapolis. Maybe some wet snow coming into the area with temperatures in the middle 30s. That's the forecast high in the Minneapolis area, so maybe some chilly rain and wet snow. And as you can see in the Pacific Northwest, we're still looking for rain and maybe some of that snow as far east as the northern and central Rockies. San Francisco, you'll be clearing out by the beginning of next week, with temperatures returning to the middle 60s and middle 70s down toward the LA basin. Well, stay with us. Jennifer and I will be right back after this short break.
Under the roof of a home or business, damage can happen. When it does, turn to the specialists who put help in the palm of your hand. The Ready App and emergency response plans from 1-800-SERVPRO, like it never even happened.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. is a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
We're taking outdoor living to the extreme. The Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. Take these amazing mountain views, add in some wild neighbors, and you have every outdoorsman's dream.
Look at this view.
It's high-tech, handcrafted, and full of surprises and celebrity outdoor enthusiasts. Tom Brokaw, Huey Lewis, and Jim Belushi. Come inside the Ultimate Sportsman's Lodge. New series, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Great American Country.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunny, high 77. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear, low 54. Winds light and variable. Wednesday, generally sunny, high 78. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira giving me new perspective. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at work.
Christmas is days away, so let's act fast, really fast. Let's do must-have, know-how, just right, right now. Last minute? You got it. Or get one of these. Let's put the list to bed. Add up the savings and count down the days. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing.
Got it. These Wi-Fi hotspots we get with our Xfinity internet service are all over the place. Hey, you can stop looking. I found one. See? What do you think a Wi-Fi hotspot smells like? I'm thinking roast beef. You want to get lunch?
Get the fastest Wi-Fi hotspots and more coverage on the go than any other provider. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
You don't want that one.
Yeah, actually I do. It's Mucinex Fastmax Nighttime, and it's got a nasal decongestant.
Is that really a thing? Sounds made up.
I can't sleep when I'm all stuffy.
I take offense to that.
I'm not going to argue with a talking ball of mucus.
I think you're being a little hasty. Oh.
He's not with me.
Mucinex Fastmax Nighttime. Multi-symptom relief plus nasal decongestant. Breathe easy, sleep easy. Start the relief, ditch the misery. Let's end this.
.com. Click the mic and enter code WEATHER. Or call 888-SWEET-90.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Mondays at 9. Here on the Weather Channel.
Well, take a look at that. It looks like Christmas came early to the biggest little city in the world. Snow falling just yesterday in Reno, Nevada. So I'm in the lab with storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel for a look at where snow will fall this week and perhaps on Christmas. That's the big question. Dr.
Yes,
Postel.
Vivian, we need to know where it's going to snow on Christmas, right? We all want a white Christmas, but you know what? Before then, we're going to have to be dealing with a couple of snow events that are moving across the country. Okay. One of which right now is actually more of a rain event, but still has some snow with it on the north side across parts of Wisconsin. Right up in there in that north wind across the UP. There is a little bit of snow shower activity, but overall this system is just too warm to support an all snow scenario. We've been in that warm pattern for a while, and that's why.
Yeah, the temperature's in the low 20s back here toward Minneapolis, but in the mid 40s, say Detroit eastward.
And that ain't gonna cut it, is it?
No,
Mid 40s.
that's not gonna cut it.
That's not gonna cut it for snow. We got some snow in the UP, and over the next, say, 24 to 36 hours, we think it's going to accumulate probably 5 to 8 inches there, but they're used to it, right?
Okay.
We're used to it in the northern UP. Yeah. Snow is a commonplace in December, no doubt about that.
All right, but as we go through time, this very system will be moving into the northeast.
Yeah, it will, Viv. And